What's good, everyone? It's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. And for today's video, we're going to take a look at a versus video of the Nike Lebron 20, which does retail for that $200 USD price point, versus the Nike Lebron Next Gen, which does retail for that $160 price point. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as far as the traction goes on the Nike Lebron 20s, you do have this kind of multi-directional traction pattern. It's very aggressive, and at the heel it does start out pretty deep and pretty thick and chunky, and then moving your way to the forefoot, it does get pretty shallow here right at the toe. But one thing I do like is it does wrap up the side here on the Nike Lebron 20s, very reminiscent of a lot of Kyrie models of the past. The way this performs on court, whether you're on clean floors or dirty floors, you basically do not need to wipe at all here in the Nike Lebron 20s. There's a ton of feedback, a ton of squeak. I will mention I don't think I would bring these outdoors, as the rubber compound is just a little bit soft, in my opinion, to bring outdoors, and pretty shallow here in the forefoot, not to mention the $200 price point which these cost. But as far as indoor usage, I would have to say that this is like an absolute 10 out of 10 for the Nike Lebron 20s. And then moving over to the Nike Lebron Next Gens, they're almost as good as the Lebron 20s in my opinion. There's just not a ton of feedback, but I will mention with this Akron, Ohio inspired traction pattern here at the bottom of the Next Gens, is there's just a ton of grooves and it's pretty even throughout. And I would say that this traction pattern is a little bit more durable and a little bit more firm as well. So I think this is a viable option to bring outdoors, especially if you can find these on sale. But if I had to give the edge to one shoe over the other on how they performed on all court surfaces, I would have to give the slight edge to the Nike Lebron 20s. I think just with the feedback and the overall bite that this offers on indoor courts, whether it's clean or dirty, and whether you wiped or not, I think the Nike Lebron 20s is kind of the cream of the crop right now as far as traction goes. So as far as cushioning goes on the Nike Lebron 20 versus the Next Gens, on the 20s you do have that Cushlon midsole with the bottom loaded Zoom bag here in the heel, and then that super large Zoom turbo bag here in the forefoot. It runs basically the whole forefoot of this shoe. It's very responsive in the forefoot. In the heel, it's a little bit mushy with that Cushlon midsole. It's very soft, and then coupled with that Zoom bag in the heel, it just kind of sinks a lot. So for a lot of people, they don't like that. For me, I really enjoy that sensation because I do have some aging knees here at 34 years old. So I don't mind that extra plush feeling at the back of the shoe, but I would understand why some people would not like that. So that's kind of what you're getting here in the Nike Lebron 20s. As far as the Next Gens, it's honestly more or less the same, but that Zoom bag in the heel, the exact same, I believe, 14mm Zoom bag is top loaded. So it is closer to your foot. You're getting the same forefoot bag with that Zoom turbo in the forefoot, but this foam compound, it seems to be a Phylon foam compound. So with those Zoom bags embedded within the Phylon, I think you're getting a little bit more of a responsive feel here in the Lebron Next Gens. It's not quite as mushy with this Phylon midsole. So, but if you do like Kobe models of the past that did have those Zoom bags with that Phylon midsole, I would say this plays a little bit more similar to those old Kobe 4s, 5s, and 6s. But again, if I had to give the slight edge for me, in my personal opinion, I preferred the Cushlon setup here in the Nike Lebron 20s. But again, I will caution you, if you're a bigger player that's over 200 pounds, you might not really like that mushy feeling here that you're getting in the 20s versus the Nike Lebron Next Gens. But one thing I just want to say is the overall court feel for a Lebron shoe is fantastic in these. It's basically the same setup in the forefoot for both of them. And I'm really not mad, because coming from the 19s last year over to these are a huge step up. So I would say they're basically neck and neck with cushioning, but for me, in my personal opinion, I just preferred that Cushlon feeling just a little bit more than that standard Phylon that you get in the Next Gens. So right off the bat, as far as the fit goes in the Lebron 20s versus the Next Gens, I'm gonna have to say they're basically the same. I did find that the next gens were a little bit snug in a size 10.5, so I did go up to a size 11, and my toe is basically right here at this leather toe rand. But just the way they both hug your foot and there's no movement within either of these shoes, I'm gonna have to say that as far as fit goes, I have no issues with either one of these. And honestly, just the way this fits and hugs your foot, if I had to give the slight edge to one over the other, the next gens for me fit my foot just a little bit better than the standard Lebron 20s. The materials on these do offer kind of a more broken in feeling right off the bat, whereas the screen mesh on these offer just kind of a more snug feeling on foot. So the Lebron next gens are definitely no slouch on foot as far as the fit goes. So as far as materials go, like I've mentioned in the past with some of my other Lebron 20 videos, you do get some pretty decent materials, especially for that $200 price point. So you do have this knit upper, it's almost like a fly knit, and it offers pretty much no break-in time at all, which I definitely like in these a little bit more than the next gens. And then you do have some raw materials as well with some synthetic leather, some nubuck hits at the back with another leather patch, and then a nubuck swoosh here on the medial side, and some more of that nubuck here on the tongue. So some pretty nice materials here on the Nike Lebron 20s, which again do retail for $200. On the next gens, you're basically getting screen mesh, which is pretty breathable on foot and nothing that I'm really mad about. And then you do have some synthetic leather hits here on the toe rand and on the medial portion here, and then this iridescent swoosh here as well. So I think overall, as far as the material usage here for $160 versus that $200 price point, you really can't go wrong. I think you're pretty much getting what you're paying for, and if you can catch these on sale for 20 or 30% off, I think it's an amazing buy because I really enjoy the traction and cushion here on the next gens. But if I had to say if I liked one more than the other, I would have to give a slight nod to this fit here as far as the materials go on the Nike Lebron 20s, because it just basically offers no break-in time and it's just very plush on foot with all of the nubuck, leather, and the knit here on the Nike Lebron 20s. So as far as the weight goes on the Nike Lebron 20 versus the next gens, again, this is a size 10.5, and these come in at 14.75 ounces, which isn't overly heavy for me and my playstyle, honestly. And then the next gens in a size 11, so half a size bigger, they come in at 14.4 ounces. So actually these are a little bit lighter and they're a bigger size. So the Nike Lebron next gens definitely take the cake as far as the weight goes. So as far as the support goes on the Nike Lebron 20s, you do have that internal heel counter here at the back of the shoe. So it's pretty rigid and offers some great support here at the back of the Nike Lebron 20s. Moving your way down from that, your foot is sitting ever so slightly within this midsole, and then this portion here wraps up just a little bit, and then the knit portion right here is a little bit thicker as well. So on those hard lateral cuts, you are going to be covered in the Nike Lebron 20. Your foot will not be spilling over the footbed at all. On the bottom, you have a very wide and stable base, and then you also have that carbon fiber shank plate, which offers some great torsional rigidity. And then you also get this really nice outrigger right here that does flare out, which kind of prevents your foot from teetering over. As the support features here on the Nike Lebron 20, there really is no shortage at all, and I think it kind of checks all the boxes in my opinion. And on the Nike Lebron next gens, they don't have a carbon fiber shank plate, but honestly, other than that, they feel the exact same as the 20s over here. You have that internal heel counter, that standard lacing system here, that half booty construction, which definitely locks your foot in great with inside the shoe. Your foot's not sitting within this midsole at all, but you do have this plastic clip here that runs from the lateral side all the way over to the medial side. So that kind of offers a little bit more support here on the exterior of the shoe. And then again, no outrigger on the next gens, but it is a pretty wide and stable base and pretty flat as well. So you're really not lacking too many support features on the next gens versus the 20s. and honestly they more or less feel the exact same on foot. So I would have to say it's a tie as far as the support goes on the next gens versus the Nike LeBron 20s. But if you guys have played in both, let me know what you guys think of the support features on the next gens versus the Nike LeBron 20s. So that's going to do it for today's versus video on the Nike LeBron 20s versus the next gen. Let me know what you guys think of these two shoes down in the comments. Obviously that $200 price point for the 20s is very steep for most people and just parents that have kids that are hooping nowadays. A very expensive shoe. But the next gen's kind of a takedown model from the 20 with that screen mesh. You don't have that carbon fiber shank plate. And then you have that Phylon midsole, which a lot of people might actually like more than the 20s because it is pretty mushy in the heel with that Cushlon. So really not too much of a takedown model in my opinion, because the traction is still fantastic. The cushion is great, very responsive, great lockdown, support, and fit. So I think this is a great shoe, and a ton of people are gonna love playing in this shoe, especially at that $160 price point. So the Nike LeBron Next Gen, as far as bang for your buck right now, I think it's an absolute must hoop shoe for most people out there right now who are kind of wanting a very serious hoop shoe that, whether it's a clean floor, a dirty floor, or even outdoors, I think this shoe is a very versatile basketball shoe. But the Nike LeBron 20 for me is still my favorite shoe to hoop in. I just love all the aspects of the material usage, support, cushion, fit, you name it. This shoe just basically fits my foot and play style perfectly. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think of these two shoes, and as far as the price points and kind of what you're getting with both models. As always, if you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, that helps the channel a lot. And check out my Instagram over at 23mj88, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. And stick around for the end of the video, as I will have some on-court portions for the Nike LeBron Next Gens versus the Nike LeBron 20s. But as always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.
From the turf, I never switch sides. Like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad. Let our ties in the hearse. I've been on a vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit her to the sky, change haters on a tirade. Talking to their crib in the face, be still, let that hit stuff fade. We all want the same. We all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel big from the bib. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beast with the slap, pin myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be